Hello and welcome. I'm Rish, co-founder and CEO of SuperWorld, a virtual world in augmented reality where creativity and entrepreneurship come together on one decentralized platform. From the Empire State Building to the Sydney Opera House to some of the more obscure places on Earth, in SuperWorld, our world is yours. Yours to buy, yours to sell, yours to create, and yours to explore. SuperWorld is mapped on top of the real world to create over 64 billion unique plots of land, with each plot measuring roughly 100 meters by 100 meters of real-world space. To give you an idea, one plot of SuperWorld AR real estate is about the size of Yankee Stadium. Ready to get started? Find land to cultivate for its strategic real estate location as a digital asset or that holds sentimental value for you. Buying and selling virtual real estate in SuperWorld is easy, as all transactions take place securely on the Ethereum blockchain, and every plot of land is represented by a non-fungible token on the ERC 721 standard. Personalize your world in AR through interactive 3D objects, animation, photos, videos, and text to truly make a world of your own. Ready to find your peace on Earth? Join us in SuperWorld.
Hey, welcome everybody. It's our next SuperWorld show live. My name is Marta, and together with our CEO and co-founder, Rish, we're going to introduce you to the world of SuperWorld. Together as well, we're going to talk about building your business in SuperWorld, and on top of that, we'll show you some very exciting offers today. So again, welcome everybody, and also hello, Rish.
Hey, how's it going? Great to be here. I'm really enjoying these live SuperWorld shows, and it's really awesome to get the community together and answer questions. And I feel the energy every time that we do this now. So very excited for another one.
Yeah, I'm also very excited. Sorry, I just wanted to quickly adjust the screen, and yeah, let's get it started. So in the very beginning, when we are still waiting for a couple more people to jump into the session, I would like to ask you, Rish, to just drop a few interesting facts about the SuperWorld.
Yeah, sure. So, I always like to start with our vision just to make sure everyone who's on the call, who's new, who's never heard of SuperWorld, really gets an idea of what we're accomplishing and what we're all building together. So again, the inspiration for SuperWorld actually came about 6 years ago or 7 years ago. There's a game that came out that's very popular called Pokemon Go, where everyone was running around looking for Pokemon around the world, and very popular game. And so many fans, and Niantic, the creator of that game, is again continuing to do very well. And back then, when that came out, I got together with my co-founder Max Woon, and we thought, you know what? How can we empower anyone to be able to use tools to be able to create, discover, and monetize content anywhere in the world? So how could you, again, build a virtual world on top of the real world and enable people to interact with things that you were passionate about? And that was kind of the inspiration of SuperWorld, is how could we enable anyone to be able to do that, as well as how could we add Web3 to that so they could actually own the geospatial areas. So if you think of a game like Pokemon Go, all of the revenue that company in that game was making, which again, a lot of people don't know, but that was the fastest game in history to hit $1 billion in revenue. They did it in about 7 months. And so we thought, you know what if you could actually own the geospatial areas where this revenue is monetizing and being created? And so we added Web3 to our vision, and we enabled people to actually own, locations around the world in the real world. And then on top of that, be able to actually own any piece of content that they're creating using the same technology. And there's this really great movie that I highly recommend everyone to watch if you haven't watched it. It's called The Social Dilemma on Netflix, and it's a documentary about how we're all kind of in these algorithmic bubbles. We're all kind of checking our phones, staring at our phones more and more every day. And kids and adults alike are plugged into video games, or obsessed with the next Instagram or TikTok posts. And what we thought about at SuperWorld is, I think in terms of our vision, is how could we actually build a virtual world that enhances your real life? How can we keep you in the real world and get you out there doing things in the real world? So we wanted to build a life enhancing platform, not a life escaping platform. So that was another very, very big part of our vision. And finally, just to also cover a very important part of the mission is, the idea of how can we all collectively build a decentralized world that we all own together, with the mission of improving the real world? Can we build a virtual world that enhances humanity and builds a better world? And so we partnered with the World Bank already. We've done things in the Amazon jungle. We did a cleanup, with Green Zone using SuperWorld a couple of weeks ago in South Texas. Our mission at SuperWorld is how can we use these tools to actually make an impact on planet Earth, and do it together. And can we go after a lot of those SDG goals that we have and use this technology in a very positive way? So again, to encapsulate, it's how do we enhance people's real lives and build a better world? And so that's what SuperWorld is about. It's a mission, it's a company, but it's also, first and foremost, a world and a community, a movement, if you will, of people coming together who believe in this technology, who are, committed to working together, who want to become stakeholders in this world. That's what we're excited about building together.
Okay, thank you very much for this introduction.
Thanks.
And let's move forward with the presentation. By the way, also before we get into an introduction about you, I already see lots of lovely comments popping up. So let me just quickly show them, because it's very nice and heartwarming to see that people are really excited about our weekly lives. We're getting better and better every week, and we want to deliver more value through these webinars to you. So thank you very much for all those super nice words from you guys. And also the final one. As I'm saying, that's super nice. Thank you very much. Also, again, if you have any questions, as always, write them in the chat. If it's a simpler question, then our friend Zed is going to answer them. However, if those are more, let's say, insightful questions that we would like to talk a bit longer about, in the end, we're going to have a Q&A session where Rish is going to answer all of your questions. So really, if you have any random thoughts, any reflections about SuperWorld, just go ahead, drop it in the chat, and we're going to definitely react to them. In the meantime, also, if you would like to share that with us, let us know from where in the world you're watching us. We would love to know how global our audience is today. So, okay, that was a few important details to our audience. And now, Rish, please go ahead. And besides what SuperWorld is, let us know who you are, who is the person that is behind SuperWorld.
Well, my co-founder and I, Max, as I mentioned, worked together previously on the YouTube platform. We were at a company working on YouTube, and so know that platform very well. That's how we met. And previous to SuperWorld, I'd kind of done a variety of different things. Started off in management consulting, worked in investment banking, started off at UBS Investment Bank in New York and HSBC in real estate investment banking. So in the physical real estate market. I joke around because at that time I didn't know that we would one day, help create the virtual real estate market in real world locations. But life's funny that way. And then, got into venture capital, worked for an investor in New York named Adam Stern, who's one of our investors at SuperWorld, great friend of mine. Learned a lot about a lot of things from him. Very grateful. And had this idea of starting a venture capital fund in Europe. I ended up going over to Eastern Europe about 14 years ago. Started a fund with two partners who are great friends of mine now, and just went out there with the dream of, hey, wouldn't it be cool to start a venture capital fund somewhere in the emerging markets? Started East Labs in Ukraine. Also was involved in starting another one called Tech Minsk in Minsk, Belarus, where I got exposure to a company called MSQRD that Facebook had acquired that does all of the face filters for Instagram and Facebook. And that's how I got, first kind of exposure to augmented reality. After that, I was an early employee, first biz dev at TopTal. And after that was again very early a team member at a company on the YouTube platform, as I mentioned, and then started Rogue Initiative Studios, which is a film, television, gaming, and virtual reality studio in Los Angeles. My co-founder there had produced Call of Duty, Modern Warfare series, and Ghosts. And my partner there was Michael Bay, the action director. And what I learned was, a Michael Bay movie and a Call of Duty film are really the same thing. Anything can be built in an engine, in Unity engine, and Unreal Engine. Anything is possible. And when we saw Pokemon Go come out, that was with that inspiration. And again, the idea that's at the core of all this on the immersive tech side is that you can really build anything you want in an engine. And that's partly, what we're going to talk about today is what's possible for businesses in SuperWorld. And the key hint there is anything's possible. You can build anything in an engine. So it's very exciting for businesses to take advantage of this technology. So that's kind of my background. I'm excited to go into the topics for today.
Yeah, thank you very much. Definitely it gives people a better idea of, what stands behind SuperWorld. And also, I need to highlight this, that it always makes me like a little bit happy that you said that you decided to travel to Eastern Europe. Poland is more like Central Eastern Europe, but still definitely I feel very much connected to the Eastern European culture. So it always just makes me, a little bit happy to hear that you decided to come and explore that part of the world.
Yeah, okay. And with Wardell from Mexico City saying hi. And JJ yeah.
So Texas. Maybe more will also come during the session. So please go ahead. And speaking of the session, today, besides showing you again, as every single week, just presenting to you what the SuperWorld is, showing you the demo, what you can explore in SuperWorld. Today, the topic that we have prepared for you is focused on building a business in SuperWorld. So if you are a business builder, an entrepreneur, a marketer, even an SEO expert, we have something prepared for you, and we will show you today during this session how you can excel your business using the features that SuperWorld has provided to you. And besides that, as always, during our live session, we're going to present you with some exciting offers. And this is going to be actually our next step, covering a few important offers, things that are happening during this week. So starting with San Francisco, please go ahead, Rish.
Yeah, so every week we've been highlighting new cities. And the reason we're doing that is a couple of reasons, just so you guys have background. Is one, and by the way, now there's a QR code there, so you can just scan and, take advantage of these offers and find the cities on your map. I'm going to just check out one of these scans myself. But the point is the reason we're doing offers now every week is we want to try to get, different cities around the world more critical mass on the real estate side. We kind of opened it up prior. People would go and kind of mass in certain areas that they had preferences for. But then we started realizing that when we start highlighting cities, we attract an audience that learns about SuperWorld because they care about the city. And that's actually very aligned with our goal, because SuperWorld's all about reality. It's about your real world. And most people, don't care about virtual worlds per se. They care about their real life, which is, I understand that. And so when you say, hey, it's San Francisco week, people are like, hey, what? I'm from San Francisco. I love San Francisco. I live in San Francisco. I grew up in San Francisco. I have a house in San Francisco. I want to know what's going on in San Francisco and how can I get involved, because I'm there actively, right? And that's what people that we talk to, our future super citizens, think about. So this week at San Francisco week, you can get 3 properties. If you're, again, buying in San Francisco, 3 properties, you get 2 bonus plots anywhere in the world. Or if you're from San Francisco, you love San Francisco, you want to go big, buy 20 plots in San Francisco. It's about $55 for a city block of land right now, and you get 15 for free. So it's a way to come in, drop $1,000, and now you're a player in San Francisco, because you've acquired 20 properties in San Francisco. You get 15 bonus plots. You get about 35 plots for that purchase. 30 something dollars a plot for today's prices, and you're able to come and acquire big bulks. And the 15 you can get anywhere in the world. So we want to give you that option. But San Francisco week, there's a lot of stuff going on in San Francisco. There's always will be a lot of stuff going on in San Francisco. So it's a great city.
It's on my bucket list for the US. San Francisco, definitely. I already went to New York, and next stop would definitely be San Francisco and New Orleans as well. Side note. And yeah, the next place is Cologne.
Yeah. So this week is Gamescom in Cologne. And anyone who hasn't been to Gamescom, it's like the biggest gaming conference in the world, or at least one of the biggest. I've been there. It's a lot of fun. But the point is that what we're doing as well at SuperWorld is we have an events world, right? And we have a tab where you can see events. And if you click on and highlight, or scan that QR code, you'll go into Cologne, and you can see all of the events are happening if you click on the events tab in Cologne. So if you're at Gamescom, you can navigate Gamescom, see what's happening, RSVP for events. You can do this anyway, by the way, in lots of cities around the world every week. But this week we're highlighting Gamescom, and it's also a great reason to, have a flash sale for real estate in Cologne. A lot of awesome places there if you haven't been to Cologne, and a lot of things going on for Gamescom. Ultimately, these events, the real estate and content creation and monetization, are all going to be looped, right? And so that's the reason why you're going to start seeing events, content creation, and the real estate really start being played together in many of these offers. And we'll have more. But again, there's an event going on, and we're highlighting Cologne this week. And finally, the super offer. And this is for anyone who has not bought real estate yet in SuperWorld. So if you're a first-time virtual real estate customer, this is an awesome offer to take advantage of. You buy 1 plot of SuperWorld anywhere in the world. Like I said, each plot's going for an unpurchased plot's around $50 something. So it's very good price right now. Polygon and Matic have gone down, so these prices go up and down. So it's a really good time in the market right now in terms of pricing to get into your first virtual real estate plot. But the point is, you get 1 for free. And so you can cut that in half, right? Buy 1, we get an extra bonus plot as a first-time customer. But then we have about $1,100 in offers there. Includes a digital twin consultation. You're able to, again, benefit from exclusive events that we're doing at SuperWorld. You also get other benefits like being part of SuperWorld School. You'll be able to take our class on the metaverse and get up to speed on all of the technologies that we're talking about here, and lots of other things that are included in that offer. But the point is you can go to superworldapp.com/super offer, or just scan the QR code there and take advantage of the super offer. We'd love to have you as a new super citizen in SuperWorld.
Yeah, we need more people in the family. Okay, let's go further. And now comes the time when I would ask you, Rush, to do the thing and show us SuperWorld, what people can do, and what can we explore around the SuperWorld.
Yeah, so let me just give you a quick kind of tour. I do this every week just to kind of give you a sense for what Superworld is. Many people who are on this call for their first time, maybe have not ever actually been in the platform. So the first step is, you go into Superworld, you click enter map, and you'll enter this map screen. You obviously will need to log in. And another part of the process is you'll need to connect your wallet. And if you've never done that before, that's part of the education of Web3 is you need to get a wallet and you need to connect your wallet. And by the way, we're always available to help. We have live help right on the website. We can help and answer your questions, or email us if you have any questions, outreach@superworldapp.com. We have an amazing customer service team, and we'll work with you. We'll get on the phone. We'll do screen shares. Our goal here at Superworld is to help you onboard onto these technologies. And so I want to make sure, if you've never touched any of this stuff before, come over to Superworld, send us an email, or click live help, live chat in the bottom right corner. It's right over here. I can show you that on the screen. Click that, put in your name, start the chat. You might get a bot at the beginning, but the point of it is that once you send that request, we'll get back to you and set something up. But let's start. I'm going to show you how it works. So I'm looking at San Francisco because we're highlighting San Francisco this week. If you see all these numbers here, this is the number of properties that have been purchased already in this area, right? If I keep going back, you can see, probably 200 properties already acquired around kind of the greater San Francisco area. All those blue squares are the properties that have already owned. So anything that you see that's not in blue, those properties are available. So you can click anywhere on the map and you could see properties for, $54, 100 Matic. Now, just for fun, I'm going to go to New York City, which is another, major hub for Superworld. And you can, I'll kind of zoom back here. You can get a look at this on the map. Just refresh. Going to reconnect my wallet there. Okay, so if you see, we're looking at New York. Again, probably anywhere from about three or 400 properties in this area that have been acquired here. I zoom in, right? Again, same thing. Click anywhere on the map. Any property unpurchased, about $54. Again, if you buy these properties, you can activate monetization from advertising, e-commerce, digital commerce, data, analytics, gaming, DeFi. That's why we're building all these tools and resources. And that's what we're going to talk about today in terms of your business. But once you buy a property, it's yours. It's a decentralized digital asset. And then you can reprice it to whatever you want, right? So if I go to these orange properties, these have been repriced. So the ones over here for $100,000, again, they're your properties. You can reprice them for whatever. So here's another one, 106,000. So, again, any property is yours. It's decentralized, and you can click anywhere on the map. That's how that works. Now, the second tab here is events. So in different cities around the world, we're showcasing events that are happening. You just click on an event. You can click get tickets, RSVP for events. And then we've partnered with Sports Illustrated in Superworld, and that we're going to have a special Superworld show live with the Sports Illustrated SI Tickets team. But I'm just going to show you how this works. So what we have enabled is we have 250,000 live sports, concerts, and theater events all over North America and all over the world, frankly, in Superworld. And so you can just come into the map and you can go any location. You could click, you can find events. This looks like a concert at the Gramercy Theater. Click and buy the tickets. Now, the thing that's cool is if you own the property in this location, you activate monetization from the ticket sales that occur on your property. So you become a stakeholder in those locations, and you can share those tickets and promote those events and also benefit from any of the ticket sales. So you can become a key stakeholder in places in the world that you love, right? And then the other part of it is that you can add content in real world locations in augmented reality. So you can click on the map, you can add real world content in.
So now, so if you go to the side, is it gonna look like a big spiral? Yeah, see?
So again, you can add content in places anywhere in the world, 3D, 2D, audio, video, any type of content. And we'll show off more of that. And the other thing is you can sell NFTs in real world locations. So you can go to an event and actually sell NFTs at that event. We're continuing to improve that feature. But the point is we want you to be able to sell digital assets in real world locations.
Sorry, I just want to say thank you for showing the demo. And besides showing people what they can explore in SuperWorld, I know that we also wanted to show people how they can upload their own content into SuperWorld. So now we're going to show a quick video of how they can do it. Yes, so Rish, you can also feel free to share some slides in the meantime.
Right. So this is an example of just uploading a 3D object. The idea here is that, we're going to upload a car and we're going to show off exactly, again, the idea is if you were trying to sell a car, right? Well, you can upload that car now in 3D to a real world location. I remember when you had to go and park your car somewhere and put a sign on it that says it's for sale. You don't have to do that anymore. You can take a 3D scan of your car, which is now pretty easy to do with just your phone, and you can upload it to a location and then visualize it from anywhere in the world. So you could tell people, hey, I'm selling my car. It looks like in this case in Amsterdam. And so, again, you can send that link to anyone. They could click on that link and then they could view your car in 3D. They can also view it in augmented reality using their phone. So we're showing off how do you upload a 3D object into SuperWorld and then how do you view it. And so we're going to, again, that just showed the upload part of it, which was pretty easy. Again, that shows up as a little bubble on the map, Mustang for sale, and then you can click and view that. So this is an example of the car. Okay, this is an example. It could be a real car that you're selling, and then you can view it on your desktop in a 3D environment. So you can scan it, look closer at it, look around it, anything you want, right? You can pull it up, pull it back. You can move in on it and go inside of it if you want. So again, we want you to be able to, again, fully visualize any 3D object. This doesn't have to be a car. It could be a watch. It could be a piece of furniture that you're trying to sell. The idea is, how do we enable you to upload 3D objects to real world locations and then visualize them? And then you click, go to the link. This is selling online, right? You can go and buy it on eBay or whatever car website or whatever item or something. So the idea is, can you upload physical items into real world locations and visualize them?
Okay, yeah. So thank you again for now explaining to people how they can upload their content into SuperWorld. Now comes the next part of the webinar, the topic of the week, which is building your business in SuperWorld. And we have a few different topics that we're going to cover during the session. Starting with, of course, the virtual real estate. So I would like to ask you, Rish, to explain a bit better how virtual real estate can help people build their business with SuperWorld.
Yeah. So, the idea with virtual real estate is we're giving you an opportunity to be able to be a stakeholder in places on earth, right? And, again, JJ Love has a great question about real estate agents and how they can utilize Superworld. And we'll touch on that very specifically later as well. But, the idea is that in the physical world, real estate is a way for us to have a connection to a place. Maybe we have a house, maybe we have commercial property that we make income from. Maybe we have a connection to a place around the world, and so some people might have a vacation home or a place that they go to relax. Now, those are physical properties, right? And so the question of like, how does virtual real estate work? You don't have a roof over your head. How are you going to sit on your virtual couch in your virtual apartment, right? That's missing what actually virtual real estate is. So let me kind of explain it. I think one way of thinking about virtual real estate is it's a geospatial digital asset that covers Earth. A geospatial media asset is a more specific way of describing that. And so what you're able to do is geospatially have the ability to become a stakeholder in real world locations. So, if, for example, you have a business in Miami, well, you might want to, become a stakeholder of geospatial media assets in Miami in those real world locations and become a stakeholder maybe where you have your business because you're going to be marketing your business in certain areas and might as well become a stakeholder in those areas because you're doing marketing activities on those areas, you're creating value in those areas. And what happens is there's a creative value because others can also now create content in those areas. And there's an infinite number of filters in Superworld, which we'll talk about. And so you can create content there and others can create content in the same location. But as a stakeholder, you're activating monetization from everything that's happening in that location, right? And so that's kind of what virtual real estate's about. And the beauty of it is that, because it's virtual, there's a lot of benefits you don't have to deal with that you have to deal with in the physical world, right? Obviously upkeep, obviously, just travel to going and seeing, the property or maintaining the property. It's virtual. It's a different type of product. And the other beauty of it is that you can get exposure pretty quickly anywhere in the world. There's a lot of people who take it as a given that Dubai is a hot place right now, or Miami to be or to spend time. But it's pretty hard to just go and buy a property in the physical world in Dubai or Miami right now. It would take a lot of time and investment. There's a lot of millennials who are just priced out of the physical property market. It always gets brought up to me. There's a lot of millennials who like, what? There's no way I'm going to get physical property. The beauty of virtual real estate is it's very accessible, and you're able to get into it anywhere in the world pretty easily, and you could do it in multiple places all at once. And as I said, we'll touch on how real estate agents could get involved as well. But the idea is that there's a lot of flexibility, there's a lot of benefits. It's accessible in terms of price. Again, a city block of virtual real estate in Superworld is about $50. And again, the other thing I want to be really precise about is everything I'm telling you is related to Superworld. So it shouldn't be thought of as a generic virtual real estate. This is virtual real estate in Superworld because what I'm describing is exactly how Superworld works. We've divided the surface of the earth into 64 billion properties, and you can own those properties in a decentralized way and become a stakeholder at those locations. Now, tonight's topic is about businesses and how they can get involved in Superworld. And what's the beauty of a business is you might have a real world location already. Well, if you have a real world location, you should definitely buy the virtual real estate where your real world location is. We're going to touch on a little bit more about that. But we're adding SEO capabilities to virtual real estate. And so if you have a website, if you have a real world business, and you're in a location, definitely benefits of buying that virtual real estate. We're going to add the ability to add your business name, your website, your social media to that virtual real estate property. And if you don't have a location, it's definitely a good idea to buy a location that you love or a location where you want to do business. Some of us are now totally virtual. We work from home, or we're working outside of the city. We don't want to have a commute. But guess what? With virtual real estate, you don't need a commute. You just bought up downtown San Francisco, and you're able to have, that connectivity, that exposure to places in the world that you're connected to as a business. And so again, virtual real estate is a way to get that exposure and to be able to really target where as a business you can spend resources to build. The other thing that we're launching as well, and that we've launched, I should say, is digital twins. And so, the idea is that you can build a digital twin in SuperWorld if you have a store. If you have commercial real estate, we also enable you to build an enterprise digital twin. So you can manage your property, you can, manage your data, you can get a replica of your commercial real estate in SuperWorld. And so we're working with a partner, Magma, that's helping us build those. But we can take care of you for commercial real estate, or if you have a store, we can enable you to build a store or a gallery. And we have no code, low code solutions. So it's really easy to get into a digital twin. So if you don't have a digital twin right now, you should really talk to us about that. Would love to talk to you about getting into digital twins. It's kind of like, in the late 90s when people didn't have websites. That's kind of where we are. You need to get into digital twins. You'll stand, ahead of all of your competitors. You can say, of course, we have a digital twin. Click on this. You can come and walk into our store and we'll greet you. You can see products. You can visualize things. Again, that's at superworldapp.com/digital twins. Again, superworldapp.com/digital twins. We'd love to help you get into a digital twins. But all of these things can be integrated into the virtual real estate. And that's the beauty of what we're building there in terms of that product. The next thing I want to mention is, businesses have the opportunity to create, discover, and monetize content in real world locations. I showed you a little bit about that. And I talked a little bit about digital twins and immersive content. But you can also host live and virtual events. You can sell tickets. We have a partnership, as I mentioned earlier, with Sports Illustrated, where you could actually, create a live real world event at a location, a bar, your store, your office, and you can put that live event and you can sell tickets on it in SuperWorld, and it'll get mapped to that location. You can give yourself an SEO bump by adding your website or your business name to that event. And similarly with content, we're doing the same thing. You can add a link, you can add your socials to content you're producing. So you're getting SEO bumps for your business every time you're producing content. We'll go more into that in a little bit with business profiles, which is a new product that we've just launched. And again, just to round out the last topics, is you can discover that content from anywhere, and you can also monetize that content. So again, virtual real estate can be monetized in many, many ways: digital commerce, e-commerce, advertising, gaming, decentralized finance. Lots of ways to monetize coming, and we're just building out those ways that you can kind of build and create with these technologies. We're working with immersive tech, Web3, and AI. So there's a lot of things coming. Everyone knows the space is moving fast, and we're integrating those technologies every day into SuperWorld. So let me talk to you about the product that we're really excited to introduce today. We have a landing page up. You can scan. You can join our wait list for this. We already have many businesses that are already interested in getting this done. I'm gonna show you a screen share of what it looks like. But if you have a business, you should come over to SuperWorld and create a business profile. First and foremost, a lot of us know the importance of search engine optimization. How do we organically rank in Google or other search engines? And fortunately, SuperWorld has a very good SEO. And what we're doing is we're enabling businesses to benefit from SEO by building business profiles in SuperWorld. So come over. I'm going to show you a screen share of what that looks like. And we're going to cover SEO as well later. But let me show you what that looks like. So if you come over here, this is our landing page for business profiles. Again, the key benefits: boosted SEO, global reach, a unified profile, increased discoverability. So, what we want is we want to showcase that your brand is a pioneer. And that's going to really separate you when people realize that you're taking advantage of these technologies, right? And so, again, the idea is that you're not just a business that is out there with a web page, but you're out there building a way for people to really get to know that you're a brand that's taking advantage of the latest technologies. Now, this is what a business profile will look like. We have, if you, again, superworldapp.com/business profile will get you signed up to get on our wait list to get these set up. But we're setting these up now. You are able to again, put your business description, add your website, socials, products. You'll have your location on the map, right? So what's your Google Map location or your exact address? If you don't have a location, you can pick a virtual location. Just give us coordinates anywhere on the map and boom, that's where you're located, right? So you don't have to physically be there. Again, remember, we're a virtual world. You can be anywhere in the world. You can be in Times Square if you want, right? And then we have a corresponding property to that location. So if you do have a physical location where you want to be in a specific location, we have a corresponding virtual real estate location that you can buy, or someone could buy in that location. And then again, an opportunity to get a digital twin. If you don't already have one, we can, again, get you signed up and build a no-code, low-code solution. You can get a commercial real estate enterprise-grade solution. But we want to show the world that you're a company that is getting into the immersive tech, Web3, and AI space. So we want to kind of showcase that on your profile. And again, the beauty of this is you can not only let the world know that, but you can also benefit your SEO by getting a business profile. Join the wait list there, scan, and looking forward to setting you all up for business profiles. So if you have a business, even if you have a Shopify store, if you have your own, kind of personal company, you have a website, you should be signing up for a business profile. We can help you promote your business, promote your location, add immersive content. There's so many things that we can do, and we're very excited about this. SEO benefits, covered that pretty well. But the idea is, again, we are enabling you in a variety of ways to do that. Number one is buying the virtual real estate in a location. So even if you're not in a location, we have some customers who are like, hey, you know what? I have one location, or I have 0 locations. I'm totally virtual, but guess what? We have business in 5 different cities. I want to add virtual real estate and buy virtual real estate in all 5 of those locations. And I'm going to put my business name right on that virtual real estate. So we're doing that. Number 2, I want to add content in those locations. I want to be right next to this stadium and put augmented reality content with my business name right there. And we can, again, give you SEO on that as well add your business name, your website name, your socials, and add it right to the content. And then number three, the business profiles. All three of these things are a powerful lever for you to actually improve in just general search engines as well. And then, as I said, stand out from the crowd. Let people understand that you're a business that is expanding and is ahead of everyone else in terms of the technology. This is like having a digital twin, like I said, is having like a website in the late or mid 90s. It really makes you stand out.
Okay, so thank you for explaining all the possibilities of building your business in SuperWorld. And now, going slowly towards the end of the session, I think we should shortly rewind on the offers of the week, and then the next step will be going to the Q&A session.
Awesome. So again, San Francisco week is this week. If you love San Francisco, check out this offer. This is a great time to buy whenever we're doing a showcase. Check out this. You can scan the QR code, go over to San Francisco, buy 3, get 2 bonus plots anywhere in the world, or buy 20 and really come in big and get a lot of properties in San Francisco, a lot of awesome properties there, and get 15 anywhere in the world. That's right. And this week is Gamescom. So if you're at Gamescom, come over to SuperWorld and look at the events tab, see what's going on, RSVP for events, and pick up some real estate. It's a flash sale in Cologne, Germany this week, and enjoy yourself at Gamescom, and drop some content if you're at these events too. You're going to see the benefits of that too soon. And our super offer, which is really, again, first-time customers. If you've not owned virtual real estate and you're like, what the hell is virtual real estate? Come over and take advantage of this offer. Buy one, get one free, first of all. And you get about $1,100 in benefits. You get a digital twin consultation, event invites. You get access to SuperWorld School, so you can learn about this technology. We really want to give you guys, an irresistible offer to get you in. And the one thing I'll tell you about this, and I talk about this with so many customers, is once you start getting into virtual real estate, the next question you're going to ask me is, Rish, how do I create AR content? How do I create VR content for my business? How do I get a digital twin? How do I, get into generative AI? How do I, use DeFi? How do I create a virtual event in Times Square? And it's, this is kind of the gateway. And this is the beauty of it, is virtual real estate is kind of that way to start learning and start developing. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. We have an awesome customer service team. I get on a lot of calls with customers, so I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to help you get into virtual real estate and learn about these technologies, including Web3, AI, and immersive tech.
Okay, thank you for the rewind.
Yep.
And again, also true. Before we get into the Q&A, just a quick recap of what people learned today, just all the highlights, and then we go to the Q&A.
Yeah, sure. So again, we really wanted to make today's show for business owners, entrepreneurs. So if you own a business, if you're an entrepreneur, you have a store, if you have even it's totally virtual, you have a Shopify store. You really need to get into a business profile in SuperWorld, because what you're doing is you're separating yourself from all your other competitors. You're giving yourself a big boost on the SEO front. But the idea is that you're really, getting into these technologies, whether it's building a digital twin, capturing virtual real estate in specific locations, learning how to create AR content or VR content for your products, for your business, for your marketing, for even your personal life. And so it really kind of helps you blast into these technologies. And so I think we really covered that. And again, the opportunity to learn is a big part of this too. Is we want to at SuperWorld help you as a business owner get into and learn about these things. So if you have feedback or things that we can teach or things that you want to learn, let us know. And that's how this business profiles product actually got created. It's one of our virtual real estate super citizens who was like, hey, Rich, we need business profiles because this is why. And it didn't take us long. We put it together. So it made a lot of sense. So again, we're really building SuperWorld together. And I just want you to know the origin story of this product. And again, we're building SuperWorld for you as in your personal life and your business. And that's a really big part of today's show.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let's get into the questions. Today, definitely we have 3 questions that are in the audience. One was already answered, but I want people on all the platforms to also see that question. So starting with JJ Love on LinkedIn, what are the ways that real estate agents could utilize SuperWorld for themselves and their clients?
Yeah, so I get this question a lot because real estate agents, are very interested in being able to, do more business and utilize technology in ways that will allow them to make more money and to have better engagement with their clients, to be able to have access to properties around the world, and that is the real key of utilizing SuperWorld and virtual real estate. So, I think that the thing that I would recommend for a real estate agent is get in touch with us if you have, close connections with property developers or property owners. One of the things that we can do is we have, a diplomat program where as a real estate agent that's connected with SuperWorld, we can help you, bring in real estate deals to SuperWorld that enable the real estate developer, as an example, to build a digital twin for their property, to showcase their property, to buy or sell their property. And we'd love to work with real estate agents who want to bring that business into SuperWorld. And we have, ways to partner with real estate agents in that way for the building of digital twins, from their real estate clients or real estate developer clients, or maybe it's their own properties that they want to build digital twins for. The other thing is virtual real estate is a really awesome way for a real estate agent to also get involved in SuperWorld. It could be that they're, buying virtual real estate for their client when their client, buys a property from them or rents a property for them. They give $50 for a city block of land. You give them virtual real estate, and it's a great way of telling the client that you are looking out for them or you care about, them advancing in this area. So, that's one thing to do. The other thing you can do is, again, put that into the fee. Hey, by the way, I'm going to also add into here the ability for you to get virtual real estate. And, we work with SuperWorld and you're able to sell virtual real estate as well. And again, if you buy the property, you can resell it for whatever you want. So again, you can utilize the ability to not only sell physical real estate, which you're already doing, but you could sell virtual real estate on top of that to property buyers in the physical world and give them access to this technology, give them access to SuperWorld, and, again, get into space in terms of the education aspect of it. So you're kind of informing them about building digital twins now for their newly acquired property, maybe building a business profile if it's a commercial real estate property. So you're becoming not only a physical real estate agent, but you're becoming a virtual real estate agent. And again, there's a lot of business to be done on the virtual side. Digital twins is one example of that. Maybe it's marketing for a new commercial business, or if it's a store that someone has now bought or is now renting. So there's a whole big part of the industry that once you start thinking about not only what you're doing on the physical side, but what you're doing, what's possible on the virtual side, that's opening you up to a lot of different ways to kind of create new income streams and monetize. And as a real estate business professional, I think that's something that you should really look into. And I'm happy to talk to you about that more, JJ Love. So if you're interested, reach out to us and we can have a further discussion. We're going to be setting up a program specifically for real estate agents. Zed on our marketing team will be launching that soon, but we'll enable real estate agents as a specific category to be able to market SuperWorld, market virtual real estate, similar to what we're doing with our diplomat program, but more specific to real estate agents. You understand that space really well.
I don't really know the context of this question. However, maybe you will be able to answer this. Will you have Max on one day?
I'd love to have Max on. Max is I would say that he's not the personality that likes to be on this kind of thing. So I'll have to ask him. But again, some people don't want to go on LinkedIn Live. So I don't know. We'll have to pull him on at some point. But he does send his love. Max is a very beautiful, wonderful, soul, and he's awesome. But just not his thing to jump on a live telecast. But I will ask him to join us at some point. So yeah, we'll have to have him do a recording or something and say something. But I can definitely answer any questions or address anything from Max too. Max is awesome.
Okay. Next question. Is the monetization from ticket sales automatic, or do we need to do something to register for monetization?
So we're turning on monetization very soon. We're almost there. I can't say exactly the date, but we're very, very close. We're just to give you a little insight on that. We're setting up some back-end infrastructure right now, finalizing that. We have a very well-known partner that's involved in that, and we're almost done with that process. And again, I would say we're less than a couple of weeks away is how I describe it, maybe less than that. So we're almost there. But once we launch that, then that's basically turns on this loop that we've been talking about, and that's coming. And rest assured, any monetization will be accounted for in the system. But the idea is, and the question is, the monetization from ticket sales automatic, or do we need to do something to register for the monetization? That's a great question. So once we turn that on, what we'll have you do is, sign up for it, activate your real estate. You'll have to make sure that there's content produced on your property. Again, this is a digital geospatial media asset. So we'll have, a part of the launch, you'll see this is the property itself is going to have analytics on it now. It's going to give you, views and different information on the property. So you're going to get analytics on your property. But there's a few steps that you're going to have to do to be able to activate monetization. There'll be a KYC process to get the monetization sharing to your real estate account. So a few steps, pretty easy to do, but you'll get all that information when we launch very soon. Good question.
Sorry, this is actually one of the answers. My apologies. So the next question is, when is that time frame on the launch of monetization?
Yeah, and I just actually answered that very soon.
And final question, do you support or will you support Matterport 3D virtual tours for real estate?
Yeah, so again, the way that we've always thought about SuperWorld is to make it a very open infrastructure, right? So with our digital twins product, if you notice, we have 3 different digital twin offerings right now. We have one that's no code, low code Unity based offering. Number 2 is the second one with Magma, which is the enterprise grade one, and the third one is really a custom build, so it could be literally anything. And the vision there is it could be Unity, it could be Unreal, it could be anything you want, right? You could put spatial, you could do anything, right? And so same with Matterport is, as long as you have a link, you can add Matterport into SuperWorld right now. Okay, so just basically all you need to do is hit create a post anywhere you want, add a property, add a Matterport link to that, boom, you're in business, right? So we just want to make it really easy for you to use any technology. Now, what's happening in this immersive tech world is there's technology like NERFs where you can just kind of scan a surrounding and create, using AI, create a volumetric scan of your surroundings. There's other companies, and Matterport's awesome, but there's other companies like Luma AI, which is also doing volumetric scanning of surroundings or objects. And there's many more. And generative AI is going to make this even easier, where you can just say something and turn it into a object, or be able to kind of create an environment. And so we're looking at all of those. And what we want to do is make sure that if you want to use a certain technology, you can, right? That's the goal. So again, with Matterport, just add a link and upload. And we're coming out very soon with the digital twins filter. And that's a product that's going to be released very soon as well. And that's going to house all those digital twins. You can see digital twins all over the world. And we can, again, add a link. And if you want to do a Matterport one, you can do that too.
Another question, Rish, how can SuperWorld owners best prepare to utilize the SEO with their plots in SuperWorld?
Really no preparation required. So with their plots, so there's, again, 3 ways to create SEO for businesses in SuperWorld. The first way that's launching in, I'd say, in next week or 2 is with plots. So all plot owners will have the ability to add their business name, property owner information is, I think, what we're going to call it, your business name, your website, your socials. So you, as an owner, you can add that information onto your plot, and that will automatically get you SEO, right? So if you want to add that into your plot, you can do that. And then the second way is with content. So we're going to enable you to do that with specific pieces of content as well. And then the third way is with business profiles, which is a very powerful way. You can put your business description, you can add your address, you can add your social account, you can add a digital twin, and you're basically sharing that, and you're telling the world, hey, look, we're in SuperWorld. We're a business that is, really tech forward. We're, advanced. We're kind of looking at what's coming in the future, and it really makes you stand out. So the business profile is a really awesome way to, again, utilize the SEO. And I showed off what that looks like earlier. Thanks, Anarfi. And I want to give a shout out to Anarfi. He's amazing. So thank you for all your support always.
Okay. I think that was the last question. So I think it's also the right moment, because we're already like around 5 minutes after the deadline. I guess, this was it for today. Next week, we, of course, as always, have another session, same time, same day on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And a few words from you, Rish. I just wanted to say, thank you very much, everybody. You always have a great audience. Just wanted to highlight that. And now it's your turn to just make some final words. Oh, and everybody's saying thank you.
Yeah,
So nice.
Deontay, on our feed, Jeff, DMS, thank you, RW, Wardell, thank you, everyone here who's on RDD. Great question. JJ Love, Katrina. We had a great call today about digital twins. I would say that the opportunity for a business owner right now to get into these technologies is really ripe. and I'm very excited about it. Again, a lot of the products that you've heard about tonight have come directly from our super citizens, right? Literally. I mean, they've asked me about these exact products, and we've built them and we've got them. We're getting them out to market. And I think this is the message, is that if you have ideas, we're all building this together. And as business owners, I want to learn about what you guys are looking for. And JJ Love has questions about real estate agents. I want to have a conversation so we can build products in a way that really benefit all of our super citizens, because we're bringing together the virtual and the physical world. And it really helps us to get perspectives from different people to understand how to build products in the best way possible. That's what we want to do, is we want to build products that you want and that you'll love. And so I really appreciate all of your support, and we're in this together. So thanks again for all of the love. Appreciate it.
Okay, yeah. So thank you very much. See you guys next week.
See ya. Have a great weekend.